Welcome to the second part of the chapter, Effects of British Rule, Standard 8, Subject History. In this part, we are going to study about new administrative system developed due to the emergence of British rule in India. Let us study about civil services. To strengthen the British rule in India, there was a need of bureaucrats. Lord Cornwallis introduced bureaucracy. Civil services became an important part of British government. He restricted the private trade carried out by the company officers, and for this purpose he increased their salary. For the convenience of administration, he divided the British occupied territories into districts. Let us understand what does bureaucracy means. Bureaucracy refers to a specialized system and process of maintaining uniformity or authority within an organization. The district collector was the chief of district administration. He was responsible for the collection of revenue, giving justice, maintaining law and order. The officers were appointed through the competitive examinations known as Indian Civil Services. Let us study about military, police force and judicial system of British. The duty of military was to safeguard the British occupied regions in India, acquire new territories, and break down any revolt against the British in India. To maintain law and order in the country was the duty of the police force. The British established a new judicial system in India on the basis of judicial system in England. Every district had a civil and a criminal court to solve the local cases. For reconsideration for the judgments, a high court was established. Equality before law. In early times, law in India differed from place to place. Under the leadership of Lord Macaulay, a committee was set up to create the code of law. The Indian Penal Code was enforced all over the British India with the British principle of equality before law. Let us understand what does Indian Penal Code mean. Indian Penal Code is the most fundamental document in the entire judiciary of India that lists all the cases and the punishment that a person committing any crime is liable to be charged. Let us study about the land revenue policy in India during pre-British era. Before the British rule, the village economic system was self-sufficient. Through agriculture and related services, the need of the village were fulfilled in the village itself. Land revenue was the main source of income of the state. During the pre-British period, revenue was based on the type of cultivated crop. Revenue was mainly collected in the form of grains. Even in the case of late payment of tax, the farmer's land was not confiscated. Economic policy of British. To increase income, British made important changes in the revenue system. Land was measured, and as per the area of the land, the tax was fixed. Payment of tax was made compulsory in the form of cash. British inculcated an economic system in India which was conducive to economic system in England. Due to this, Britishers gained economic benefit, but India started facing economic exploitation. Let us study about the consequences of the new land revenue system. There were undesirable effects of the new land revenue system on the rural life. For payment of taxes, Indian farmers started selling the crops at whatever price it received. At certain times, the farmers had to mortgage his land to the moneylender for arrangement of money to pay the tax. Farmers became bankrupt. The farmers was exploited by the government, zamindar, moneylenders and merchants. Let us study about the commercialization of agriculture. Initially, food grains were cultivated by the farmers. It used to fulfill their domestic needs as well as the needs of the village. The British government started giving more encouragement to cash crops like cotton, indigo, tobacco, tea, etc. The process of giving stress on cultivation of profit-giving cash crops instead of food grains is known as a commercialization of agriculture. In the next part of this chapter, we shall study about the social and the cultural effects, development of new industries, and also the development in transport and communication system by British.